Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mia Campbell, and today I'm going to be reading Hockey Hero by Zachary Hyman, illustrated by Zachary Pullen. I chose this book because it reminded me of several books we've talked about dealing with sports and everything. And this book was originally published in 2015, so here we go. Hockey Hero by Zachary Hyman. There's something special about a cold winter day, when raindrops turn to snowflakes and rippled water chills to ice. On that kind of day, there's no better feeling than strapping on a pair of worn skates and cutting across smooth, clear ice with sharp blades of steel, and a black rubber puck, and a bandaged up old stick, and banged up old stick, and something special turns into something magical. Hockey. 8-year-old Tommy Tomei grew up in a hockey family. His two older brothers played, and Tommy's grandfather won a Stanley Cup with the world-famous Detroit Red Wings. Now Grandpa had the coolest job in the world, working at the Hockey Hall of Fame. Everyone naturally thought that Tommy would become a hockey player too. Everyone except Tommy, that is. You see, Tommy Tomei was extremely shy. In fact, Tommy was so shy that every time he spoke, he stuttered. Kids called him 2 times Tommy because whenever he got nervous, he stuttered each syllable 2 times. Every evening and all weekend long, Tommy's parents dragged him from rink to rink to watch his 2 brothers play. Tommy was always the first one through the door. He'd pull out a clipboard and a pen and head for the stands where he'd sit for hours recording facts and figures. Tommy knew the stats every kid who played hockey in the little NHL. Yep, Tommy sure loved hockey, but no matter how hard his parents tried, he always refused to play. Tommy's brother Billy played for the Hamilton Red Wings, a hockey club with a long history of developing young players. He was a team captain and leading scorer, and nobody dared tease Tommy when Billy was around. Tommy looked up to his brother, who was everything he wished he could be. But even so, when Tommy's parents signed him up to play on the Red Wings too, he said no. He never once played or practiced with the team. Every chance Tommy had, he visited his grandfather at the Hockey Hall of Fame. They spent hours together exploring every magic inch of that perfect place. Hockey legends live forever in these halls, Grandpa always said. Memories and dreams, that's what hockey's all about. As Grandpa rattled off tales of wonder and excitement, Tommy stared in awe at the displays of hockey's most legendary famous players, including number 4, Maurice Rocket Richard, and Mr. Hockey himself, Gordie Howe. Bobby Orr was the most graceful skater I've ever saw, said Grandpa. He was fastest when Rocket Richard had hands of gold, and he filled the net with pounds of pucks. And Gordie Howe? Well, he was my favorite player of all time. He had the heart of a lion and the sharpest elbows in the league. Grandpa rubbed his shoulder, having been on the receiving end of a couple of Gordie's best. Grandpa always believed that Tommy was special, and he knew that a special quality would shine bright someday when Tommy was ready. While everyone focused on Billy, Grandpa took Tommy to a frozen pond and taught him how to skate, shoot, pass, and play. You gotta have fun, Bobby Orr used to say say he was the happiest guy in the world when he was on the ice. Whenever Tommy got tired of practicing, Grandpa encouraged him to keep going. Gordie Howe, he always looked like a bull, never quit, he declared. 100% is all we ask, he'd say. When it comes to goals, Grandpa would bring up the great Rocket Richard. He scored lots of goals, and do you know why? Because he shot the puck, he once said. 50% of goals are luck. You have to work for the others, so shoot, and shoot some more. As the cold winds turned to warm and the hockey season melted away, Billy's team won the league final and advanced to the city championship. Winning that game was a Tomei family tradition. When a big day finally arrived, Coach Guy scribbled Tommy's name on the roster, just as he did every game, even though the boy never played. As the two teams warm up, Tommy took his usual seat in the stands, reaching into his bag. He pulled out his clipboard and a big blue pen. He drew 2 columns for goals and assists and a box for shots taken and face-offs won. Tommy made sure his writing was nice and neat, just as his teacher, Mrs. Flanders, had taught him. Some local kids saw him and started heckling. "Look, it's brainless Tommy Tomei," roared one. Another bully jeered, "It's two times Tommy." When they all laughed and they threw popcorn at him, Tommy ignored him, even though it did hurt him inside. "Scram!" barked Grandpa. The rowdy kids scattered like a pack of wolves. He turned to Tommy. "Don't worry about them. They're just jealous." "Of what?" asked Tommy. "Of you, kiddo. You're special." "No, I'm not," murmured Tommy, lowering his head. "Sure you are. You just have to believe in yourself." Grandpa looked at him square in the eye. "Listen, Tommy, we make our destiny every day. You gotta set your own goals, take your shots, and make them come true." Grandpa smelled like roasted chestnuts and cedar wood chips, a smell Tommy would remember for the rest of his life. He was decked out in a Red Wings jersey. His face was painted was red and white. "Should be a good one tonight, eh, Tommy boy?" Grandpa carefully tucked a big white garbage bag under his seat. Everyone, including Tommy, knew exactly what was inside. Grandpa was a pretty normal grandparent until a hockey game erupted. Then he never sat still. He sizzled and smoked and blew his top like a volcano. He hollered and howled, yelled and yelled, bubbling over the seats like fiery lava. Grandpa loved to irritate the referees, the opposing fans, and players of the other teams. Last season, he was banned for throwing an octopus on the ice every time Billy scored, and Billy scored a lot. The game pitted the Red Wings against the Junior Canadiens. It was a fierce rivalry. The Wings were small, skilled, and fast. The Canadiens were large and dangerous. By the end of the first period, the Red Wings were winning 2-1. Billy had scored both goals, and Grandpa was hurling octopuses like a baseball pitcher. They were landing everywhere, even on the referee's head. The second period was rough and tough. The Canadiens went on the offensive. Tensions boiled over. Grandpa kept reaching into his bag, flinging octopus after octopus onto the ice. He was snarling and barking like a rabid dog. Tommy could have sworn that his wild white mane had turned to a fiery red. Finally, the second period came to a close. The Canadiens were running 3-2. Coach Guy glided over to the stands. Grandpa greeted him with a warm handshake. They were old friends. Then Coach turned to Tommy and smiled. "Listen, kid, I need to ask a favor of you." "Sure, Coach," said Tommy. "Anything." "We took a heap of penalties that period. I need you to suit up and play, son, or we'll have to forfeit this game." Tommy's dark eyes clouded. What? He stammered. "But I can't." "Don't you worry about a thing. Tommy won't let you down," promised Grandpa. Then he raced to his car. Tommy stood alone in the arena lobby, paralyzed in fear. "This must be a bad dream," he kept telling himself. Grandpa arrived moments later, lugging a green canvas hockey bag that was bursting at the seams. He always kept it in handy in the trunk of his car, just in case, and this was that just in case. Grandpa wrapped his arms around Tommy and led him toward the Red Wings dressing room. "Don't worry, kiddo. I brought you a bag full of splendid surprises." Tommy was so nervous his teeth were chattering. As they entered the dressing room, Billy stood up and greeted Tommy with a high five. "Hey, little brother, let's get him back." Tommy panicked and turned to run. There was no way he was going to suit up and play. The Canadiens were barbarians. Coach Guy blocked the exit. He spun the youngest Tomei back and turned toward the team and announced, "Boys, Tommy Tomei is going to lead us to the cup." No one said a word. Billy gave Tommy a cheerful punch in the arm. "My little brother is the best kept secret in hockey, and he'll bring us glory. You'll see." The Red Wings erupted and cheered, chanting, "Beat 'em, bust 'em, that's our custom," as Billy led them onto the ice for the third period warm-up. Tommy stared at his Red Wings jerseys and wailed, I can't wear this." "Why not?" asked Grandpa. "It's number 9. That's Gordy's number and the Rockets." Grandpa grinned. And now it's yours too. Tommy plopped down on the bench and let out an unhappy sigh. Grandpa bent over and unzipped the old canvas hockey bag. When I was your age, there was a frozen pond near my house too, and we played shiny every day, all night long. Ma had to drag me out by an ear. That's why I have such big, long ears. His hairy ears, teased Tommy, watching in wide-eyed amazement as the zipper slid down his track. He could have sworn he saw sparkles. Tommy was so rattled. He felt as hollow as a slice of Swiss cheese. Grandpa, what am I gonna do? You're gonna play some hockey, kiddo. Grandpa patted him on the shoulder. This was a wonderful opportunity. Yeah, an opportunity to get creamed, Tommy replied. Enough of that talk. We both know you can play. In fact, you're probably the greatest player I've ever taught. I'm the only player you ever taught. Grandpa scratched his head. Well, that's true, but I have faith in you. And also, I have something special to help you out. He reached into the battered old bag and pulled out a pair of leather skates, 2 beat-up hockey gloves, and a tattered old twig of a stick. Tommy stared into items in disbelief. Are those what I think they are? Yep. Bobby Orr's last pair of skates, Rocket Richard's famous leather gloves, and Gordie Howe's record-breaking stick. But Grandpa, I can't use these. Sure you can. They were good enough for the legends, and they'll be good enough for you. Come on, I'll help you get dressed. I'll have you out on the hockey lickety-split. As the third period warmed up, the referee skated over to the Red Wings bench. Listen, coach, you got 2 minutes until I call this game and you forfeit, he scolded. Where's your extra player? Grandpa opened up the dasher door. He's right here. He turned to Tommy with mighty grip. Go on, kiddo, show him what you got. Tommy hopped on the ice and fell flat on his bum. The bullies laughed and jeered. Ha ha, 2 times, Tommy. Do it again, you donkey. Hee ha, hee ha. Grandpa wasn't amused. He called out to Tommy, it's not how you fall down, kiddo. It's how you stand back up. Just then the fans started clapping. They rose to their feet and started chanting the boy's name. Tommy, Tommy, Tommy. Slowly, he lifted his head and got back on the skates. His mom waved and blew him a giant kiss from the stands. Tommy was so embarrassed. Coach Kai corralled all his players. Come on, boys. We're down only by 1 goal. Let's get it back. The referee blew his whistle. We ain't got all day, eh? He grumbled. Tommy lined up for the face-off against Tug McGrail, the biggest, toughest, leanest player in the league. I'm going to squash you like a bug, said Tug, breathing down on Tommy. You got to catch me first, gulped Tommy, wishing he had real wings. The crowd was completely caught up in the game. The Red Wings fans were pumped up and cheering. We're red, we're white, we're ready, we're really dynamite, and Grandpa was the loudest of them all. When the puck dropped, Tommy zoomed away from the Tug. He remembered what Grandpa had taught him. He looked long, smooth strides around the ice. Bobby Orr's skates were really big and clunky, but the shiny black leather was all worn and comfortable. Tommy's skating was fluid and fast, maybe even as graceful as Bobby's. He felt light on his feet, soft in his hands, like Rocket Richard. His body tingled with excitement as time ticked off the clock without a goal. With 2 minutes left in the game, Tommy parked in front of the opposing net. He watched as Billy fired a wicked slap shot from the blue line, but the goalie saved it with the tip of his stick. Rebound. The puck bounced right in front of Tommy. He flicked the wrist quickly, sending hard rubber disc off the stick like Gordie Howe. The red light lit up. Tommy had scored. Holy Toledo! That must have gone 100 miles an hour, declared one referee to another. That kid's got cannon. Tommy had tied the game. As his teammates hugged him, it made him feel so good inside, like he belonged and was part of the family. And Tug McGrail, well, he didn't look so big anymore. That's my boy, that's my Tommy, hollered Grandpa as he reached into his bag and flung a giant octopus onto the ice. The crowd roared with excitement. The play continued. The Canadians were all over the Red Wings, buzzing like their buzzing their net like bees in the hive. Coach Guy called out timeout. The score was 3-3. Boys, I'm proud of you. You are having fun and you're hanging in a short bench. Let's dump it down the ice and head for overtime. But Coach, said Tommy, what if we score? Coach Guy scratched his head. The puck was deep in their zone with only 9 seconds left. Tell you what, kid, you score and they'll never forget you. He pointed to his hands. You'll be a real life legend. Both teams lined up for the face-off. Billy won the draw, chipping the puck back into his little brother. Tommy wound up and blasted a rubber biscuit across the ice. Swoosh! The Canadians' goalie never saw it. No one saw it. All that remained of the puck was some melted rubber pieces splattered across the white boards behind the net. Tommy had scored again. Grandpa turned to the bullies and shouted, 2 times Tommy, because he scored 2 times. Then everyone tossed popcorn at them. The buzzer sounded in the games. The Red Wings won the championship cup like that incredible day in May. As they sat in the dressing room, Grandpa helped Tommy get changed. He put away his special gear piece by piece. When Grandpa zipped up the old canvas hockey bag, Tommy could have sworn he saw sparkles. Grandpa turned to him and said, you know, kiddo, the magic wasn't really in this old equipment. Tommy smiled. I know, Grandpa. The magic, it was in me. And that's the end.